Hello, hello, this is Jackie. How are you? I'm gonna give it okay, just got a text, so give it a minute. Hey Lisa, how are you? All right, I'm not gonna wait too long. I planned on jumping on at 5, but the guys that were supposed to come over and fix my ceiling, they were supposed to be here at 4. Yeah, well, they're here now. So I'm sitting out here in my wonderful garage. Yeah. So you don't have to hear all the from them fixing my ceiling and the sorry, I don't know how to turn off my messages. So, yeah, so you don't have to listen to all of the, you know, the drilling and construction going on here and whatnot. So I'm out here in my garage, just hanging out. So, all right. Hi Tracy. Hi Christina. Hi Jordan. Hey Hillary. Okay, so it's crazy in here. This goes to show you that life doesn't always go as planned. So, but it's all good. It's all good. So, when you get on, give me a like or a couple of hearts so I know that you're here. That would be great. And feel free to, you know, tag or invite some of your friends. So, all right, so we're going to get started. This is something new that I decided to try. And what it is basically I just want to talk about goals, hoping that it helps you. And, you know, we can always like bounce off some ideas or whatnot. If you have anything, that's totally awesome. So this is about your goals. Everyone has goals. Most people I know want to do something different and to better their lives. So I have got my notes. My memory's not real good, so I have some notes. So what I want to talk about today is your goals. What are your goals? It could be about anything, everyday things, something that you want to accomplish or to achieve next week, next month, next year, 5 years down the road, or even, you know, like 10 years down the road. Your goals are your goals, okay? So I have been doing a lot of reading, which is really good. Number one, personal development is very important. You must do a lot of reading to develop your personal self and to get your mindset ready for when you finally do achieve those goals. All right. So the first thing that I want to talk about is, as far as your goals, is there are 3 things that you should be doing once you determine what your goals are. The first thing is you need to write them down. You write them down in the morning, and then at the end of the night before you go to bed, you look them over again and, you know, see and kind of to refresh your memory and write them down again. Because what they say is that the more you hear something, the more you're apt to remember it, and it becomes a part of your life. Okay? So the second thing is to be sure to choose an objective that is bigger than you. What I mean by that is that you can choose little goals, but it's kind of easier to just be like, well, you know, if you don't achieve it, be like, well, it's no big deal. It was just something small. However, if you make a goal that is bigger than you, you're more apt to, in a sense, prove to yourself that you can do it. You're more apt to go for it, all right, and to achieve it and do everything that you can to be able to reach that goal. And so the third thing, so you have to make that goal just out of your reach. Don't make it like to hear, you know, hey, I want to start jogging again. I want to start running. So, okay, so you go and, I'm going to run around the block. That is easy for most people to run around the block. Okay, you've reached your goal. But if you don't run around the block, or you say, I'm going to run around 2 blocks. If you don't run around 2 blocks, it's not a real big deal. You know what I mean? So if you make that goal, I want to run a marathon. And the more that you keep thinking about that goal, I want to do this marathon. So the more apt you are to train, the more apt you are to work out, the more apt you are to push yourself to reach that goal to do your marathon. Do you see what I'm saying? So make sure that you make your goals bigger than the norm, because like I said, you're more apt to reach it versus, something small. The third thing is that you want to do is you want to tie your goals in to your purpose. Every goal has a purpose. There's a reason why you want to reach that goal. There is something personal to you. So every goal has a purpose. Find out what that purpose is and tie it into your goal. By doing that, that's going to help you be more apt and more determined to reach that goal. It's kind of like your why. Why do you want to do this? Why do you want to be here? Why do you want to go that distance? Why do you want to, get to a certain point? That's your why. And you have to make your why strong. Okay? It has to really, really be personal and really touch you right here in order for you to be more apt to reach it. Okay? You can say like, oh, I want to make 60,000 a year, okay, but why do you want to make 60,000 a year? Or, and then that way, when you know your purpose of going for this goal, then you're more apt to do the goal. Okay. So, that is, the 3 things. And, by writing down your goals every morning and writing them down at night, that is going to give you something to take action for. All right, it's easy just to write it down and then just, okay, I wrote them down and not pay any attention to them. You have to look at your goals in the morning and look at your goals at night. All right. So then the next thing, by tying in your purpose to your goal, what that also is doing is that's giving you a reason. That's number 1, giving you a reason to do that goal, and number 2, it's giving you it will allow you to take the necessary actions to reach that goal. Does that make sense? So now that I've kindly touched on your goals, what your goals are, and the reason behind your goals. The next thing I want to do, I'm going to try and go over like 2 things for each live, because I'm going to do it probably every Wednesday. Matter of fact, this is going to be a Work It Wednesday. All right. Because on Wednesday, we're going to work it. We're going to work it every day, but I'm going to call this Work It Wednesday. All right. So, the next thing you want to do is you want to find out, why you are setting your goals. All right. Why are these goals important to you? What is it going to do for you when you reach these goals? Kind of like tying it into the purpose. The first thing is, that you're setting these goals for you. You're not setting them for anyone else. You're not setting them for your mama. You're not setting them for your dad, your sister, your kids. In a sense you are, but your kids, your aunties, your uncles, your best friend or whatever, you're setting these goals for you, for yourself. That's why they are your goals. They're no one else's, they're your goals. Now, what happens after you have reached those goals will have a trickle effect on people around you. But the main reason that you should be setting these goals are for you. Okay? The second thing that you need to know as far as why you're setting these goals is because you need to know in your mind, you need to know in your heart, you have to get in the mindset that anything is possible. Okay? We have been, when I think about that, I think of the fact of the thing that, I mean, many of us have been raised by amazing parents. We have had a wonderful, loving surrounding. So it's not that it was a bad thing, but I guess society in a whole has kind of put limitations, made us believe that we're limited in doing the things that we want to do and achieving the things we want to do. And so that stigma has been put in our head for so long that we believe it. Well, you need to get rid of that and know that you are made to be great. You can do anything that you put your mind to it. Okay? You cannot give up on that. All right. So the next thing is that why you're setting these goals is so that you know that you have more potential than you realize. When I first saw this and read about this, the only thing I could think of is like the mama who sees that their child is in danger. There was I guess the only example I can think of is the child is out there playing or whatever, or daddy's working on a car or something, and something had happened, and God, I don't want to say, I hope this doesn't happen, but I don't know why this popped into my head, is that the child gets pinned under something, and mom races out there and she lifts that object off of her child. Now, normally, mom wouldn't think that she had that kind of strength to lift that object off to save her child. That's what you have to start thinking about yourself, is that you have the potential to do anything. Yes, it was a lot of adrenaline running through her, but she still did it. All right. She still did it. She lifted that, whatever it was, from off her child, so it's like you can do anything because you have more potential than you think you have, in spite of what you grew up to believe, in spite of what people have told you. You'll have the naysayers saying, oh, you can't do that, you can't do it. Don't believe it. Don't believe it. And I'll go into that later on, because it's not true. You can do anything that you set your mind to do. Okay. And the next thing about why you're setting, to keep in mind while you're setting these goals is, I love this, because success is your duty, your obligation, and your responsibility. Think about that. It is your duty to be successful. It is your obligation to be successful. It is your responsibility to be successful. Why? Because you were born to be great. You were created to be great, in spite of any kind of disability, any handicap. You were made to be great. Okay? So I'm going to go into that later as well, in more detail about that. But that's something that you have to keep in mind. It is your responsibility. It is your duty. And it is your obligation. All right. The next thing is that and I've tended to think this too. It's like when I see, very financially wealthy people, I think to myself, well, you know, they got it all. I don't have, there's no one out there for me to help in a sense, or me to influence or whatnot, because, there's only so many people, whether it be in the area or, the world or whatever. They're not going to, they got them. They got all the good people or whatever. Wrong, wrong, wrong. There is so much more success to be had. It is it is of no shortage. There's no shortage of success whatsoever. So no matter what you choose to go out and do, or what your goals are, know that there is plenty to go around. All right, plenty to go around. So don't cut yourself short and put yourself in that mind thought that success is, there's a shortage of whatever it is you want to do. I can't do it because, they got all the good people or whatever. They know people or whatever. Okay, so, and then the last thing that I want to talk about is or regarding why you're setting the goals is it doesn't matter what your goals are. It doesn't matter how big your goals are or how small your goals are. You want to stay away from small goals. Okay, you want to go higher. Know that it's going to require work. No matter what it is, it's going to require work. So the example I gave about, I want to be able to, run a 440 relay. Okay, so whether it's a 440 relay or it is a marathon, either way, it's going to require training. It's going to require working out, a good exercise regimen, and it's going to require your time. It's going to require you to do something in order to get to that goal. Okay, so you got to work it. You got to work it no matter what, whether, like I said, whether it be something physical, whether it be, business, whether it be, running a marathon or learning how to ski, learning how to, I don't know, I just went blank. But whatever new adventure that you want to learn how to do, you got to put your work into it in order to achieve it. So, that's about all that I have for today. I just wanted to, start off by mentioning what, by helping you to hopefully help you as far as how you can go about starting to plan on reaching your goals. And, you can do this. It doesn't matter what it is. You can do this. All right. So I am learning myself. I am doing a lot of personal development myself. So we're going to kind of be going through this together, and hopefully it will, inspire you. Hopefully it will help you as much as it's going to help me. So so that is all I have for this episode of Work It Wednesday. All right. And I hope that you did find it helpful. And if you did, please feel free to share, comment. And, I'm going to be doing this every Wednesday. Wednesday seems to be a good day for me, except for when, people come over late to do some construction, but it's all right. I have a garage, and it's still a little chilly, but it's still nice out. Yeah, every Wednesday, I'm going to try and figure out as far as a time frame. I want to see what's going to kind of work with everyone. but you can always watch the replay. So if you are on, and thanks, John. You're welcome. Excellent, excellent. So if you didn't get a chance to watch the initial live, just put in, you're more than happy to come back and rewatch the replay. Just put hashtag replay. And please feel free to share if it's helped you. And let others know about it, because this is kind of a journey that we all going to kind of walk through together. Okay. I'm not an expert by no means, but I'm learning, and I want to share what I learn with you. So if you find it helpful, let me know, and I will see you next Wednesday. All right. I love you guys. Thank you so much. And don't forget to tell those who are close to you you love them, and be fantastic. All right. I will talk to you next week.